toward second. Easy play, up and over to first. One up and one down in the top of the first inning.
Textbook play, getting start off. That's kind of one of those, Charles, that works out for both teams. You know, the batter gets up, gets hit, doesn't get on base, but she at least sees the ball, gets it out there. And just like you said, a routine play from second base over to first to get that first out.
Jay Johnson, the head coach of the Bruins, has his best hitter batting in the second hole. That's Amijah Thomas, 433 hitter. She too playing in her 40th start, 42nd game. 61 hits, 141 plate appearances. Second on the team in doubles with 12 on the year. Kicking and firing, that one popped up. Shallow left field, playable. 2 up and 2 down for the Bruins.
Batting third, right fielder number 1, Haley Belch.
Kalia Bolch comes up next. She's the second best hitter in the regular season, 418 batting average.
Starting off with lefties coming up in his lineup. You got 2 lefties along with your first batter that was a right-handed hitter.
Yeah, playing the percentages there. Bolch gets down low in her crouch at the plate. Bolch on the season, 9 home runs, 42 runs batted in. Mentioned that 418 batting average, second on the team, 51 hits and 122 times up. Takes that one low, and it's the catcher low as well. She's wreathing in pain with a little smile on her face.
As Blue takes the courtesy walk up to the pitcher just to give the catcher a little bit of time to compose herself.
As a former catcher myself, I understand. I understand better than most. You got those tools of ignorance, as they call the catcher's gear, for a reason.
Okay.
They don't cover everything, though.
This is true.
It's an excellent job by home plate umpire McMurray to make sure everybody's okay. Now we can get back to softball. 2 outs in the inning. 3 balls and no strikes to the hitter. Rocking and firing. That rise ball is too high for ball 4. So the first base runner of the game comes in the person of Kalia Bolch, who's on base at first for the cleanup hitter. That's number 3, Grace Andrews. Andrews, the second right-handed batter to face our starter. Starting pitcher for Fort Lauderdale is Alexia Gary. Gary coming in with an outstanding 15-8 record on the year. 3.01 earned run average, making her 24th start of the season. Young lady has pitched 15 complete games on the year.
Oh, wow.
She's gotten a decision in each one of her starts as well, which is a rarity. She comes in with some heat right there on the outside corner. Is ahead of the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Looking to get out of this inning with just 1 runner on base.
Yeah, Andrews, the 4th best hitter on her team, batting .364 on the year with 47 hits, as she swings and misses there for strike 3. So that retires the side. So no runs in the inning for the Bruins, which will bring up Fort Lauderdale for their first at bat in the bottom of the first. You're watching the NCCAA South Regional Softball Tournament in Augusta, Georgia on the Black College Sports Network.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties through its programs Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentjax.
The human voice has always connected audiences with experiences. Major brands all across America have trusted Kever's voice time and time again. Conversational, powerhouse, intelligent, and sincere. That's the voice you need for your creative marketing process. KEAVERSVOICE.com. Kever's Voice, Kever's Voice, KeversVoice.com. Always on, all the time.
Nope. Nope.
Come on, him?
Ooh, I like him.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less.
And we're back here in Augusta, Georgia for the bottom of the first inning. See, Carolina University, the Bruins had a base runner aboard by way of a base on balls, unable to move her around. And now it's the Eagles' opportunity to step in. They're looking to get this party started right. A victory by the team that bats in the second place position, the home team for this encounter. Sending up their top hitter, Alyssa Dragovic. 352 hitter on the year. She's played in all the games, started in every one of them. This is her 42nd consecutive start.
Do they list an on-base percentage for her?
446 is her on-base percentage. 90 points better than her average. 44 hits and 125 plate appearances on the year. She's the table setter.
And that's what you want with your leadoff. You want somebody who's going to be able to get on base for you and make some opportunities for your folks in 3 and 4 hole.
Headed to count 2 balls and 1 strike. The left-hander's pitch is top past the third baseman and down the line. Making the turn and holding up there with a clean single is Alyssa Dragovic. Listen to her team as they applaud that effort.
Batting second place, center field, number 21, Alicia Vega.
That'll bring up number 21, Alicia Vega. 308 batting average, 36 hits, 117 plate appearances. This University of Fort Lauderdale team is not a big swinging team. They don't go yard that often on the year. They manufacture their runs. Talking about a team that all season, Roy, only have 7 home runs on the year.
Oh, wow. Well, Charles, you know one of the things that we love to do is say hello to folks, and we want to give a shout-out to Pop Vega right now. Young lady's dad is sitting next to me. He shared his fan with me earlier as I was over here sweating profusely while working. But he's up here from Tampa to check out his daughter in this South Regional.
Yeah, I ran into some family members from Clearwater as well as they were coming in. And that's popped at the home plate area. Captured by the catcher for the first out of the inning as Vega is retired. So she tried to lay down this sacrifice. Got it in the air on that rise ball and was retired.
A little bit more air under that than what she wanted.
And interesting side note to start this contest. We just had Alexia at bat. Before that, Alyssa. And now we have a Alicia. Or Alexa, rather. Alexia Gary, starting pitcher, 347 hitter, 42nd start of the year. She hits that one down to third. They throw it back over, and a double play. Alert play defensively by the Bruins gets them out. And Fort Lauderdale as well in the bottom of the first. Bang, bang play there results in a double play.
Definitely, that was a good play on the Bruins side, man. They got that out of there and were able to pull it out.
From her knees, she threw it over and got the double play to retire the side. We're going to keep it right here, get you kind of all set up and ready to go with this one. Look at that huddle. Good look there as we get a chance to find out a little bit more about these two outstanding teams competing in this, a potential two-game set to decide the championship, but a win by Fort Lauderdale as they come out of the winner's bracket means they will move on to Kansas City. Talking just a little bit about these teams and the success that they've had recently. We mentioned the University of Fort Lauderdale, the Eagles were awesome in their game earlier today. First 3 innings, they were held scoreless, but they got their offense going in the 4th, 5th, and 6th, plating across a series of runs in their victory over Trinity Baptist, 6-1. That was in the game that was played yesterday, and then they bounced back with another encounter against them, and were able to take care of business as well. For Carolina, they suffered a defeat. In the Carolina suffered a defeat in their first game against the same University of Fort Lauderdale team, 6-4. Then bounced back with wins over Paine College, the host school right here, 5-4, and a nail-biter. And then most recently, as the note you have there in front of you, 9-0 was the victory over Trinity Baptist.
Yeah. Definitely 13 hits in that game for them. They were, definitely had the bats working. And I know they're looking for a repeat of that today.
So we touched on that 6-4 encounter in that first meeting. It was a 3-0 lead for Fort Lauderdale. Carolina bounced back with 1 in the first and 3 in the second to counter Fort Lauderdale's 1, and it was 4-4 heading into the 5th, where Fort Lauderdale added on 1 more and then an insurance run in the 6th for the final margin of 6-4. In that game, they combined for 16 hits. The bugaboo for Carolina and the loss was 3 errors committed. But solid defense for them at the start of this contest. Got the Eagles out. And now the second inning underway. Count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. And the pitch. Gary misses outside. So 2 balls and 1 strike. And the pitch. Tap 1 hop down to third, over to first to retire the leadoff hitter for Carolina here in the second inning. So Danielle Brooks was retired. So 5-3 ground out. That'll bring up Lexi Hall. This is her 40th start of the year. 307 batting average. She takes the first pitch just off the plate for ball 1. 39 hits, 127 plate appearances. Hall has 6 doubles So we talked about the 7 home runs hit by Fort Lauderdale in that first inning for them. Carolina much more proficient at the plate as far as knocking the ball over the fence. 29 home runs on the season.
Power hitters.
The 1-1 bunted softly down toward third, picked up there. The throw is accurate. What a catch there by the second baseman covering.
Yeah.
Solid defensive play there, an alert play. Stepping over and making that one defensively for the Eagles. It was number 22. That's Hannah Hogan.
Definitely a good defensive play there. Got it in, and we're able to stay focused and not throw the ball wide, getting it over there for that out on that bunt.
First pitch is over for a call strike. Batting for Carolina now is Courtney Cox. Couldn't tell by her teammates calling out her name. Didn't pull the trigger on that one.
Like it may have been a little inside there as that called a ball by Blue.
40th start make that the 28th start for Courtney.
That was correct. He just confirmed it was inside on that one.
22 hits, 77 plate appearances. She's coming with some heat.
That one looked a little low.
So after the leadoff, first pitch rather, was a strike, 3 consecutive balls. Working against Cox. Gary winds and fires. And that caught the outside corner. Bring the count full at 3-2. Grounded through the hole and out into left field for a clean single. So a 2-out single by Courtney Cox puts her aboard.
Let's see how the Bruins handled this one, Charles. This is the same position they were in the last inning. Top of the inning, you had one person on base, 2 outs.
Off-speed pitch taken high. Mackenzie Brown is the hitter. She bats .228 on the year. This is her 36th start, 38th appearance on the season, 21 hits and 92 plate appearances. She's driven in 8 runs on the year as she swings and misses there. Now the throw down the first, not in time.
So close. So close.
Brown leaning back and swings through that one and just got a piece of it. There's a throw down to second and into center field. So a stolen base by Cox puts her on in scoring position. Cox a perfect 3 for 3 in steals this year.
Okay.
Swing and miss for strike 3. Wow. She reared back and fired a strike for the third strike that retires the Bruins. So the Bruins threatened but unable to score in the visiting half of the second inning. We go to the bottom of the second, scoreless. And you're watching exclusive coverage of the NCCAA Softball World Series Regional on the Black College Sports Network.
He's an 8.
He's a 9.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
From novice to aficionado, find yourself here. High quality cigars plus personal customer service. Slow Burn is Waco's only mobile cigar lounge, featuring a meticulous, curated collection of premium cigars. Visit our website, www.slowburnwaco.com. That's www.slowburnwaco.com.
Itchy, squirmy, scratchy, family not getting clean? Get Charmin Ultra Strong. Go get 'em. It just cleans better with a diamond.
And we welcome you back to Richmond Academy, the Academy of Richmond County, the second oldest high school in the state of Georgia. Site of the big matchup here, the National Tournament Southeast Regional Championship Wednesday here in Augusta, Georgia, alongside Roy Evans. I'm Charles McNeil.
All the way through 4-4.
Home of the Lions, Paine College, just 3 blocks away. This outstanding facility they use for their home games throughout the year. Paine hosting this tournament and hoping to get a invitation to the national tournament as well, as they were eliminated early on. In case you just joined us,
Good eye.
Fort Lauderdale, the Eagles coming in with a record of 24-21. Outstanding 11-5 record on neutral fields this season. And that's ripped.
Ooh.
Good rip.
That's a violent rip. That was, maybe a 5 or 6 inches away from the inside the dugout on that one.
Yeah, ricochet.
Because, it would have hit the wall and bounced back into the dugout. So that's a good piece of trivia. Did not know that Richmond is the second oldest high school in Georgia.
That's one of the little known facts.
Okay.
And the pitch, taken high.
She is definitely getting some good contact on the ball. She's straightened out a little bit. That'll give her exactly what she wants. She's trying to get down that left field.
Took something off of that one. It's popped up. Shallow right field coming in. The second baseman goes out and makes the catch. That'll bring up Katie Atkins. Madison Hamilton, hadn't talked about her, the starting pitcher, left-hander. She's making her 21st start of the year, 6-7 record on the year, 4.84 ERA. Has 9 complete games to her credit. This is her 27th appearance of the season. Has the opportunity to keep the season alive as that one is ripped high and deep. Going back. And it is off the wall. A double. And a little shaky shake.
Yeah, stand-up double on that one. A little curtsy to acknowledge her teammates there, giving her the shout-out.
So Katie Atkins coming up with the hit there. After a 1-2-3 inning in the first inning. The double puts a runner in scoring position. That one's in the dirt. Cameron Rolison is the hitter. Amongst the regulars, she struggled at the plate this season. A 182 batting average, making her 40th start and 42nd appearance overall. But she does have a dinger. 1 home run and 16 runs batted in. 16 hits and 88 plate appearances. Cameron taps that one softly down toward third, bobbled by the coach down there.
Looking to be a little cool and try to scoop it up between his legs. Wasn't able to come up with that one.
Yeah, in his defense, he's got a guard in one hand. It looks like a clock, maybe a stopwatch in his right hand as well, and then some notes in his left hand. So he's multitasking down there.
Definitely.
So 3 balls and 1 strike. Headed the count with a base open at first. They'll try not to give in on this pitch. The 3-1. That's softly topped, playable to the pitcher who makes the catch. So an easy play for the pitcher there. And Madison Hamilton retires Rolison. So 2 outs now in the inning. And Kaylee Pittman will step in. This is her 40th start of the season. She goes after the first pitch and wraps it out towards center, making the turn, heading toward home. Here's a play at the plate. The throw is in. There's a tag, and she is out. Sparkling defensive play by the center fielder who gets high fives as she comes in. Roy, outstanding effort.
Definitely was. She was right on the line. That's what you want when you look for your folks who are out there in center field and left field or right field. They're getting that ball. When that ball drops, they have to be able to get it on a rope, as I like to call it, down to that catcher and not pull the catcher out of the base path to give the runner an opportunity to get in.
Sparkling defensive play by Zamijah Thomas from center to keep the scoreless game alive. Wow. This is the kind of expectations we had coming into this one.
Most definitely.
For an opportunity to go to the national tournament, be one of the elite 8 teams in all the land. You've got to have solid defense, and we certainly got it right there.
Great play, and, big players, big moments. And, now I guess the next thing is going to be to see who's going to crack it first, who's going to be able to get someone across the base, home plate, get a run in. Because right now we're seeing excellent defense on both sides. We've had a great double play. Like I said, a throw out from center field, shallow center, but it was still from center field. She did a great job of getting that in. So the defense is exactly what we would expect in this type of championship game, Charles.
Both coaches have to be pleased with what they've seen out of their defensive efforts, their pitching, as well as their fielding. And the first couple innings, we touched on the earlier game in which they had 4 errors committed between the two teams. Not the case in the early going here. So we're headed to the 3rd inning now, visiting half, and we're nearing the bottom of the order for the team from Carolina University.
So both pitchers are doing a great job right now and letting their teammates help them, not getting too much out, but they're throwing strikes, getting people, not very many people on base. But this is going to be a tough one coming in. Points are going to be at a premium.
Nicole Otto, the 9th place hitter in the order, bats first here from the left side. Gary's first pitch taken outside for ball 1. Otto batting .338 on the year. This is her 26th start, 24 hits and 71 plate appearances. The pitch, bunted, foul back and out of play. According to the weather forecasters, this is the hottest day since September of last year. Projected to be, or forecast to be, 92 degrees. It was 90 at first pitch. And that one is tapped foul.
Well, like I said earlier, it may be a hot day, but it's gorgeous out. There's a nice breeze right now. Being able to be in the shade really helps. Not having to be directly in the sun. So that 90 doesn't feel as bad as it sounds, folks.
Yeah, I see a lady over there with looks to be a seat cushion over her head. Imaginative is swinging, and a strikeout for Otto. And you mentioned the breeze. My notes are flying as Otto is retired. 3rd strikeout for Gary. And now we're back to the top of the order in Grace Johnson. She grounded out 4-3 her first time up. Bounced that one off the top of the screen and out of play. See Darren Lillard, the public address announcer, over to our left. And his son is our official scorer. They worked together with me some of the games here in Augusta over the years. Of course, Darren, a staple here at Richmond Academy as well. He's the public address announcer for the Musketeers.
Okay.
They've had a long-standing tradition of outstanding baseball teams.
Beautiful facility.
Yeah. Gorgeous. Probably the best in the county. Johnson watches that one over for a call strike. So she falls down the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Unusual stance at the plate. She steps with the front foot back and then steps into it. The timing mechanism. She watches that one outside. Someone who couldn't walk and chew bubble gum when I was playing baseball, that would have been kind of difficult to do there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 gone. Gary winds and fires. Swing, missing, strike 3.
Nice one there. That was an off-speed pitch, kind of dropped in on her and dipped right at the end of that one.
So often in this game of softball, the player who makes the outstanding defensive play gets a chance to bat in the next inning, and such is the case here for Thomas. Samaja threw out the base runner at home in the last half inning. Up now. Watching the first pitch miss. And it was more than just the throw, which was really accurate. but just doing it on the run.
Yeah.
And having the presence of mind of scooping and then delivering. As it count, 1 ball and no strikes. Swinging and missing. That's your off-speed pitch again.
Yeah. But, yeah, Charles, that definitely, I mean, like you talk about a level of coordination and just being able to be in that kind of a rhythm to scoop, gather, and throw all in the same motion.
Oftentimes your middle infielders are your best fielders.
Yep.
She laid off of that one. Now she's ahead of the count. 2 balls and 1 strike. Mentioned her 12 doubles, second only to Grace Johnson and Grace Andrews, each with 14. Slaps at that one. That's the batting cage, available to both baseball and softball players. This is kind of a joint complex. You've got the baseball field to our left here. Paine has their own on-campus baseball facility, so they don't use this one. The 2-2, swinging strike out to retire the side. So 3 up and 3 down by strikeout as Gary fires 9 softballs past the hitters for Carolina. So the Bruins go down in the top of the 3rd. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning, and we're still scoreless. This is the NCCAA Softball World Series Regional on Black College Sports Network.
Itchy, squirmy, scratchy, family not getting clean? Get Charmin Ultra Strong. Go get 'em! It just cleans better. With a diamond weave texture, your family can use less while still getting clean.
Goodbye, itchy squirm. Hello, cream bottom.
We all go. Why not enjoy the go with Charmin?
At Hampton Law, our primary goal is to provide non-traditional yet effective solutions and redefine the approach to client legal concerns. As your trusted legal advisor, we believe in sophisticated, personalized services that eliminate the confusion and complexity sometimes associated with legal matters. Our high standard for client care and concern, coupled with our extensive legal knowledge and skills, make Hampton Law a resource focused on the protection of the client's interest and overall goals. We value our clients and truly enjoy working with them. Visit thamptonlaw.com to conveniently schedule an appointment online. Tamika Hampton, Esquire, 60.
This is the South Regional Softball Tournament for the NCCAA. Charles McNeil, Roy Evans to bring it to you. Scoreless game. And the home team for this contest with coming out of the winner's bracket, University of Fort Lauderdale, ready for action as they lead things off with number 10 at the plate. That's Mercer, Annalisa Mercer. Found that one toward us.
And thank you for the tent.
Yes, indeed, because that was right at your head, I believe.
I believe so. That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, at the place I do the home games, you know, we've got this metal fence in front of us, but they've got the netted fence. And oftentimes there's a space in one of the areas. If they position us, it's right there in front of me.
Right there,
and
right.
This is the baseball field, and so I'm always leery of a foul ball that could possibly find that one opening.
You know, we had that happen.
There's a topper. First baseman unable to run it down.
We had that happen at one of our games. I want to say it was either during the first year of the Black College World Series. Or we were – actually, no, I believe we were down in Palm Beach for a Minority Baseball Prospects event. And there was literally one spot that the ball would have been able to get through to get to us, and it found its way through.
I hate when that happens. Hope no one was hurt, as that
No.
one is popped over the first baseman's head in foul ground.
No, we were actually agile and mobile enough to get out of the way and avoid any type of injuries because it came through hard.
The 2-2 pitch is softly hit toward the shortstop. She makes the grab. So Grace Andrews keeping a close eye on that one as she retires Mercer. That'll bring up Hannah Hogan. Hogan batting in the 9 slot. Slaps that one off the second baseman, up by the shortstop. The throw not in time. So Hannah Hogan picks up her 19th hit of the season. Came in batting .205 in the 9th place position. Puts another base runner aboard. Just the second base runner of the game for Fort Lauderdale. We'll call that one a single, I believe. Difficult try for the second baseman on the dive. As that one softly hit, looking to turn. They don't turn one, they go over to first and is not in time. I thought they would go to second for 2 on that one, Roy. They tried to turn 2. But a slowly rolled ball, I guess they thought they didn't have a chance at either runner. Best chance was at first. So Dragovich gets on base on the fielder's choice grounder. Dragovich is on it first as we have the huddle. Players getting a chance to make sure they have their defensive assignments here. With only 1 out and runners at first and second.
Definitely have folks in scoring position now, and that's what you're looking at to see what they can get, what's going to happen.
So the fielder's choice allowed.
There's the
Dragovich
bunt.
as they put the bunt down. Now the throw over to first. Now back to third. The throw not in time, but sack bunt able to by Vega allows the runners to move down and into scoring position. So that puts Dragovich on at second. Hogan moves down to third. And the batter is hit by a pitch.
Designated player number 44, Mackenzie Heaton.
I'll check.
So now 2 outs in the inning. Got a pinch hitter checking in. That's Mackenzie Heaton. Heaton on the season, bat batted 297 on the year. 35 hits and 118 plate appearances. Making her 42nd appearance of the year. Taps that one foul. So Geary, the pitcher, giving way to Heaton here. Heaton on the season with 22 runs batted in, and she pops up, and the catcher alertly makes the play to retire the side. So the Eagles threaten, but unable to score after a single, a pair of singles. Put him in scoring position, but unable to get run across. And that ends it here in the third inning. We head to the top of the fourth.
Two for the two guys in the field.
Top of the fourth inning. And we're scoreless here in the NCCAA South Regional Softball Tournament from Augusta, Georgia, the home of the Paine College Lions. Happy to have you guys with us. I'm Charles McNeil, and these two teams with so much at stake, the opportunity to make the Elite Eight in the national tournament that takes place on Tuesday in Kansas City, Missouri. An automatic bid to the winner of this South Region Championship game. Getting their ticket punched to the national event is so important and will mean so much to both programs. A win by Fort Lauderdale, and they're in as they come out of the winner's bracket. Carolina, who lost to them in the first game of this event and then bounced back with back-to-back victories over Paine and Trinity Baptist. Have an opportunity to force a third and deciding game, which will be played immediately following this one, about 30 minutes or so. Right now, we head into the fourth of a 7-inning scheduled affair, and we're scoreless.
Defense, 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 Charles. Bases loaded, and the Bruins were able to get out of that one without giving up a run.
That was tremendous. So set to lead things off here for Carolina is Bulch. Talia, her first at bat, got on base by way of a base on balls, but was unable to come around as the cleanup hitter was struck out. On the season, this Carolina University team batted .340 as a unit, compared to the Fort Lauderdale squad, who hit it at .255. Where Fort Lauderdale had the advantage is in the team ERA with a 4.29 ERA compared to 4.90 for the Bruins. That one is hit down towards second, picked up there, and the throw. And that'll retire Bulch.
Another one of those textbook plays right there to the second baseman, able to get it over to first and gather the out.
Yeah, second opportunity there for the second baseman. So far in this contest, the talented pitcher, Alexia Gary. That one is hit down toward third, taking her time. Now the throw. And Grace Andrews is retired.
So, Charles, here's a question for you. understanding that you're the Bruins right now, University of Carolina, you've got to win this game to extend it out. Do you give all of your pitching that you get in this one? I mean, right now both starting pitchers are doing great, so it's not looking like anyone's going to have to go into the bullpen. But what do you do? Because you've got to lay it all on the line this first game.
Well, I think if there's any indication as to what you do, obviously you pitch by committee because you've got to keep the game close. Let's start there. Any sign of weakness, you've got to bring in your reliever. But by the same token, we just had the bases loaded, and they were able to get out of the inning. So that tells you the defense is there for, it's just an opportunity for the starter to kind of bear down. We've seen it so often this season covering over 20 softball games here locally that if you wait too long on changing your pitchers, the game is done. So your lone chance is to, at the first sign of weakness, is to bring in another pitcher and hope that the defense can hold. And that's a check swing strike. Danielle Brooks out 5-3 her first time up. Two balls, one strike, 2 outs. That's over for a call strike 2.
This pitcher is making it easy for her teammates to play defense with her. I don't think we've had anything sent out to deep in the field yet.
That one is grounded towards second, picked up there, and the throw, a sparkling gem right there.
That was a great shot there. She was able to stretch out. Both players stretched out. Second baseman caught the ball and got it over, and the first baseman was able to stretch out and get the out, keeping her foot on the bag.
So Alexia Gary, who in the third inning struck out the side, came back and let her defense support her with a 4-3, 4-3, and a 5-3 putout to retire the talented group of Eagles here in that inning. And the Bruins go down as the Eagles defense rose up and did exactly what they needed to do. As we head now to the bottom half of the fourth, we're going to keep it right here because once again, this is outstanding softball action.
Yeah.
We couldn't ask for much better as they go through their rituals in the pregame and give us a chance again to talk a little bit about these two coaches, starting with Carolina University. Of course, they're in their 5th game in 2 days to advance to this point in this tournament. Jay Johnson in his 2nd season out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, a graduate of Montreat as well, and he has continued to shine in his role as the head leader for this group of Bruins. And his counterpart on the other side, get to after this pitch. Eagles at the plate, and the first pitch from Hamilton is high for ball 1. So leading things off, number 11, that's Atkins, and her head coach, Billy Gessler. There's a throw over to first. It's a low one, but scooped out of there for the first out of the inning. We're talking about Billy Gessler. This guy is amazing. His team is undefeated, but he's been traveling over the last couple of days. The baseball program is over in Columbia participating in the same event on the baseball side, and he's the head baseball coach.
Oh, wow.
So unfortunately for him, his team was number 1 in the conference as well as the nation throughout a portion of the year, so he may get an at-large bid, but they went down to defeat 2 consecutive games. So his Fort Lauderdale team may have a couple of teams, and that will be an interesting situation. Not sure where the baseball national tournament will be held, but if it's nowhere near Kansas City,
right,
one of his assistants will have to pick up the load.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting. You don't normally see baseball and softball coaches being the same. That has to be, I don't want to say scheduling nightmare, but definitely a conundrum.
That's high and deep, way back, and it is gone. Goodbye. Fort Lauderdale, a team that only had 7 home runs on the season, can celebrate the first run of the ball game. A solo shot drilled out of here.
And Charles, that's the kind of stuff we knew we were going to have to get. Somebody was going to have to get one. And because the defense is being amazing for both of these teams, you're going to have to get something that's not going to give them an opportunity to get you out.
So a solo blast off the bat of Cameron Rollerson. Rollerson, we mentioned 182 batting average coming in, just her 2nd home run of the season. She puts the Eagles on the board. And that one is fouled off the mask of the home plate umpire and crew chief Benny McMurray.
The pitcher, the catcher, the hitter.
Blue making jokes. Lots of fun out here.
That's the kind of shot that you could laugh off right now, but in the morning, that would be no joke.
I'm going to feel that a little bit.
That neck,
yeah.
You start to turn it in the morning. Tell him to get his most comfortable pillow or an Epsom salt bath 1. So the first run of the game comes off the bat of Cameron Rollerson. The Eagles with a 1-0 advantage here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And only 1 out for Kaylee Pittman. And she hits that one out to left, perfectly played. The left fielder makes the squeeze for the 2nd out of the inning.
Gets right up under that one. Easy out.
That'll bring up Annalisa Mercer. Haven't talked much about the wind as it's now freshening.
Yep.
And the interesting thing about the wind, it's literally blowing around in a circular motion, as evidenced by the center field flag. The American flag out in center is actually wrapping around the pole. You don't see that often.
Looks like we've got us a conference out there on the pitcher's mound.
And the pitching coach coming out to talk with the starter, Madison Hamilton. No one on board. Look at the pitchers for Carolina University. You touched on the, who do you bring in another pitcher if you get into trouble? You really only have 3 pitchers that have done the bulk of their work this year. Alexis Wynn has pitches. That one hit and a diving attempt, and it'll drop in off the face of the left fielder who's still down. Picked up out there and turning and heading to third with a triple are the Eagles. So the bottom of the order for the Eagles coming up big here in the fourth.
Most definitely. That was a difficult play for the left fielder to get in, and she kind of misjudged it just a little bit and wasn't able to get up under it. And as you said, I think she kind of came down on her face. Was a little hard, so she wasn't able to get up. She seems to be okay now. But just like that, 2 outs and another Eagle in scoring position.
And after the mound visit, if they come out again, this pitcher will have to head to the dugout.
Well, and this is what you were talking about. Any signs of trouble, really.
So to further the conversation as relates to the pitchers, the one who's done the most work for them is Danielle Brooks. Brooks pitched 135 1/3 innings on the year. Tried to slap that one toward third, fouled and out of play. Alexis Wynn, we mentioned her, who pitched 11 2/3 innings. She would be the 4th pitcher, but only 5 appearances, including the victory over Trinity Baptist earlier today, 9-0. She might be good for an inning or so, but she did pitch the complete game in that one. So that one's taken high. So you might see Wynn since she's freshest of the group.
Sorry about that chuckle over there, Charles. As Papa Vegas is like, hey, you got to take one for the team on that one.
2 balls, 1 strike, and 2 gone. And that one slapped down toward first and underneath the first baseman's mitt and into right field, which allows a run to score. Coming across with the second run of the game and of the inning as well as Mercer. And it's the Eagles now with a 2-0 lead. So Hannah Hogan, who had a single her first time up, gets on base this time by way of an error on the first baseman. A routine grounder, and now we're back at the top of the order. And that's Dragovich.
Runner was about to take off, but she stumbled actually and was able to get back to first base.
Dragovich is 1 for 2. Grounded out back in the first, single. Second opportunity is that one is a line shot taken by the shortstop to retire the side. So the 4th inning is in the books, 2 across. The big blow, a Cameron Rollison home run, just her 2nd of the season. And with that, the Eagles lead the Bruins by a score of 2-0. You're watching the NCCAA Softball South Region Championship Series on the road to the World Series on the Black College Sports Network.
Nope. Nope.
Come on, him.
Ooh, I like him.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent so you can use less.
He's an 8.
He's a 9.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
From novice to aficionado, find yourself here. High quality cigars plus personal customer service. Slow Burn is Waco's only mobile cigar lounge, featuring a meticulous, curated collection of premium cigars. Visit our website, www.slowburnwaco.com. That's www.slowburnwaco.com.
When it comes to professional learning, teachers deserve better. From the leader in online learning, Stride brings you the Stride Professional Development Center, an on-demand library of mobile-friendly courses that gives teachers choice and flexibility, allowing them to learn anytime and anywhere. Our dynamic courses provide bite-sized learning and help educators advance their knowledge while also gaining professional development hours. It's time you take charge of it.
And we are back here in the top of the 5th inning. It's the Carolina Bruins trying to get on the board as they trail by a score of 2-0. They've had some opportunities thus far in this contest. Unable to cash in. As thus far in this contest, just one hit provided. That was Courtney Cox back in the 2nd inning. She is one of just 2 base runners in this contest. Is joining us right now is the athletic director for Paine College. Coach Kahn joins us. Bouncing ball, fouled. How are things going for you?
Well, hello.
Congratulations on hosting this fine event. And it, I know, got a little bit threatening weather on day 1, but you guys made the most of it with 4 games yesterday and an exciting championship series here today.
Yes, we did not let the rain deter us from what we had to do. So we were excited. We even got some help from the community to be able to get some games in earlier at a different location. So thanks to Patriots Parks for supporting us to help us get in a couple of games today.
That one popped up on the infield. Second baseman calls and makes the catch. So 1 up and 1 down in this one. Now, obviously, we're no strangers, the Black College Sports Network, no strangers to Paine College, one of our outstanding programs that we cover on a regular basis. What type of impact has the coverage that the Black College Sports Network provided Paine College bring in terms of morale on campus?
Wow, where do I begin? This has been an extraordinary tool for us as far as recruiting, as far as us helping us get our brand out. It helps support our sports, and it's an opportunity for our student athletes to showcase their talents.
Now, not only are we involved in this aspect, but you guys got a huge donation just a couple of years ago from the Augusta National Golf Club to program, and tell us how that's been going for you.
Wow, that's been going great. Listen, so speaking of women's golf, 2 of our young ladies on our women's golf program are now down in Florida at the PGA Works Minority Championship. We had Ashley and Helena, who are down there competing as we speak. So it's been a phenomenal job. They've done well. They've also been our team leadership winners, our women's golf program this year.
That's incredible. In just a short period of time, and you got folks competing at that level. That's outstanding as we have a lined single, ground ball that found its way through the hole. Put a base runner aboard, just the 2nd hit of the game off the starting pitcher who's been outstanding thus far in Alexia Geary. Is now set up to maybe come up to the plate. Let's find out. Looks like we've got a change coming here.
Yeah, this is 2 very competitive teams going at it here for this championship. So as everybody saw thus far, it's been a great game. And so the winner of this will actually make it to the Softball World Series next week.
Yeah, we were talking about the top 8 teams in the country get a chance to get together, and a winner will come out of this matchup here. Obviously, the team from Fort Lauderdale, undefeated in the tournament, and already having a victory over this Carolina University team as well. So a lot of excitement as we have a hitter coming in. That is number 10, Mercer, in her scheduled hitting position. Correct myself there, that's Mackenzie Brown in the scheduled position. Batting after Cox, who got the single. So the school year is winding down, and I know that your work is never done. Tell us some of the initiatives that you're proud of this season with Paine College athletics.
Well, actually, we have quite a bit going on. So we just talked about women's golf being in the PGA Works tournament. We have our our men's and women's track and field who will started competing today in the national championship. That's hosted by one of our conference schools, CIU, in Columbia, South Carolina. So they begin competition today. So the next 3 days will be really good for our men and women's track and field. And baseball. Baseball will be playing this afternoon against Toccoa Falls at 7:30. They're in region play as well.
Wow. That would top back toward the pitcher. Play over to first for the final out of the inning. So the Bruins threatened but unable to score in the top of the 5th inning. And thanks to the 2 across by the Eagles in the bottom of the 4th, they lead it by a score of 2-0. Thank you so much, Coach, for joining us.
I appreciate it. I appreciate what you all are doing across the board for our institutions to help promote our athletic programs.
We just signed our extension with them going out to 2027.
All right, so we got to talk about this, and we'll keep you here through the break and bring Roy back in for the start of the next inning. From what I understand, we're going to continue our relationship over the next few years?
Absolutely, absolutely. We're just so excited to be a part of the growth and what this could really become. We're just excited to be partners.
Yeah, there's a lot of great things that are happening. I know that Roy and I have been talking exclusively as I kind of work with him on the marketing side as well as some of the play-by-play games. When you see what this network can do in terms of bringing, as you said, the visibility, the recruiting, and then maybe even, facilities as well. You've got a great facility here in a partnership with the Academy of Richmond County, but I know that your aspirations are to have something on campus as well down the road.
Absolutely, absolutely. And this has been great because our students are able to make these games because it's not far. But of course, you all know the atmosphere when baseball's on campus, so you can kind of understand having that home facility is really it's been really helpful.
And then the basketball programs, I got a chance to do several games this year. Let's just talk about what's going on with basketball, because without having a football team, basketball kind of sometimes can be your center point.
Correct, because we celebrate our homecoming during basketball season. So it's been excited about, our basketball facility. Of course, we also have women's volleyball in that facility as well. So that program has been growing, and, we've been looking at adding a few additional programs at some point.
Yeah, the funding continues to come in. Our CMEs all around the globe have been contributing to Paine College and local donors as well. So, again, congratulations on all your successes. Best wishes to our women's golf team that's out there doing their thing as well, and obviously the baseball program. We'll look forward to seeing them tonight as well. Thanks so much for your time.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right, there we go. That is Coach Selena Kahn, who's joined us. Always happy to have her, and she has been a great friend of mine over the years. Looking forward to this long-standing relationship with the Black College Sports Network as we enter the bottom of the 5th inning, and the Bruins want to get up and down 1-2-3 if they can in this inning, because they're running out of opportunities. Do not want to fall behind any further.
Right now, Charles, the pitcher is behind in the count, 3-0. And the last thing you want to do is give these Eagles a free base. And that's what you got.
We need it. Just get on base. Now take 20.
And let's see if the pitcher can help her own cause.
Yeah, that was James who batted there. So Vega aboard at first. For Vega, that was her 15th base on balls of the season. And that one swung on and top foul.
Charles, what I'm starting to notice, these Eagles are getting aggressive and confident in their swinging. They are going after these pitches. They're no longer sitting back. They want to try to put as much distance between them and the Bruins as possible on the scoreboard.
Third time through the order. Oftentimes you get a chance to get a feel for where the ball's coming, and that one is laced out toward right field in the solid single. And a little exuberance on the part of the pitcher, Alexia Gary. Gets her first hit.
Well, and this is going to kind of get it for us right now. You know, this is that point I think that you were talking about a little earlier, Charles. We're 2 batters in, 2 on base, and there it is. Coaches, I believe the coach is getting ready. I think you said if she comes out this time, she has to come out of the game.
Yeah, it's a call to the bullpen. They had some activity. I see the relief pitcher making her way in as they go out to make sure. And that is it for the starter.
She's had a good run. It's just this, getting into it these last 2 innings. And now, do you know, was she the starter for the game that they just won to get here?
That I did not get. Let's see if I have that information here. I got the previous game, but I didn't have that information for Fort Lauderdale. Their site had not been updated with the latest contest. So we've got a reliever on for the Bruins. And they'll have to make an adjustment. Yeah, that's Danielle Brooks. So Brooks will come on. And a relief of Madison Hamilton. Give you some numbers on Danielle. She's the young lady we spoke of that has the most innings worked this season, 135 1/3 innings. 11-8 record, has the most wins on the team. Amongst the regular starters, she has the best ERA with a 3.88 earned run average, making her 28th appearance. Has yielded 102 runs, 175 hits. Of those 102 runs, 75 of them have been earned, 45 base on balls, and leads the team with 68 strikeouts.
Okay. Listen, this is who you want on the mound if you're the Bruins.
That's right. No outs. Runners at first and second for the Eagles. And a pitch. Bunted foul. Out of play. Hitter is Mackenzie Heaton. Heaton popped out twice. To the catcher her last time up, and to the second baseman in the previous at bat. The 0-2 is taken outside. Tried to work the outside edge there. See if she can get Heaton to go fishing. That one is slapped. Foul.
Yeah, bounced in right before the third base, so I'm going to consider that one foul.
Field umpire just got out of the way. These umpires are cool as the other side of the pillow, huh?
Definitely.
1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. That's a call, strike 3.
Got her looking on that one.
Shortstop, number 11, Katie Atkins.
That's the first strikeout of an Eagle in this contest.
They are definitely, base runners are looking for something to run on.
69th strikeout of the year for Brooks. And with one out, a double play would be in order for Bruins fans. Katie Atkins is the hitter. She had a double and grounded out 5-3 on that double back in the second. She was the one that was thrown out at the plate by the center fielder, Thomas. So you know she wants to come up with a timely hit here and an opportunity to make amends. Being thrown out at the plate.
Base hit will get 2, but whoa, got her swinging at that one.
That was nasty. So back-to-back strikeouts after the starting pitcher allowed a base on balls and a single. This brings up the hitting star.
That's it.
Rollison, who hits it out to right, playable to retire the side. So the reliever, Danielle Brooks, comes out and puts out the fire to end the 5th inning. We head to the top of the 6th. Only 6 outs remaining in the Carolina Bruins season, unless they can come from behind for a victory. This is the NCCAA Softball South Regional in Augusta, Georgia, on the Black College Sports Network.
If you think all pads are exactly the same, think again. This is Always Ultra Thins reinvented with the Always Triple Protection System. This pad wicks gushes 90% faster, absorbs even more so you can feel dry, and locks odors in. Rethink your pad for up to 100% leak-free and odor-free comfort with the totally reinvented Always Ultra Thins. This is always like never before.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies looking to take things to the next level. Contact us to schedule a free consultation. Issues today, don't delay, call Cuvée.
Alexia Gary will continue in the circle for the Eagles of the University of Fort Lauderdale. Be headed down that way for the Memorial Day weekend. Looking forward to an 8.5-hour drive. My college roommate just picked up a condo down that way, so we're going to break it in.
All righty, so you're going to have fun.
Yeah, it says like just 3 blocks from the beach, so
okay.
Looking forward to that. As we get older, you know, these senior communities, they welcome us in. So, yeah, we should have a blast. Should have a good time.
Go.
Yeah, NBA playoffs, I know they'll be in full effect, so.
Oh, yeah.
Beach by day and NBA games by night.
Plenty of sports bars in South Florida.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the Miami Heat were knocked out as that one is drilled into right field. A solid single, exactly what the Bruins ordered. Off the bat of number 17, drilled that one.
That's what you needed. You needed a batter to get on base.
That's Grace Johnson. So Johnson with a single to open up the 6th inning. That's her first hit. And just the 3rd hit of the game for the Bruins. So Maja Thomas now up, the center fielder. Again, we talked about Zamija, .433 batting average this year. She's driven in 31 runs, 3rd best on her team. Her 5 triples are second. Second in doubles with 12. And of course, the 61 hits leads the squad. But so far in this one, flied out to left field and struck out back in the third. Working against Gary, the pitch. Feinted like she was going to bunt, now the throw down. First baseman had stepped forward, so no chance down at the first bag.
Thought that was the third pitch. Yeah, it should be 2-1. Yeah, that was the third pitch to the batter.
An errant softball that made its way out. So the first sign that the heat is come into effect. .92 degrees. Magnolia trees out in the distance as that pitch misses away. Now the throw, runner goes, and she's safe. Gorgeous throw by the catcher, but not in time as the second base umpire will allow a conversation from the head coach heading out there, Coach Billy Gessler. He's asking for some consultation with the first base coach.
You can't see the tag in the base. Only they can. They're close enough.
So it was obvious that the throw was there. It was just the throw was a little high. By the time they got it down, the base runner was able to get in position. So a stolen base by Grace Johnson puts her down at second. With no outs, 3-1 count, and that's low for ball 4. So the Speedy Thomas heads down to first. Just the second base on balls yielded by Geary. So runners at first and second. And Bolch the hitter. Second best hitter on the team, .418 batting average. And the fastball is right down the heart of the plate for a call strike 1. Base on balls the first time up for Kalia. Out 4-3 in her second plate appearance that is, back in the 4th inning. Takes that one high. That's when dipping down low in that crouch at the plate paid dividends, because that was, if she was standing up, that was right down the middle.
Got a chance to try to go back and take a look at that stolen base. It was close, Charles.
Yeah, swinging and popping that one in the foul ground, headed toward the fence. It's out of play. Ran out of real estate there. Gorgeous dugouts for these players in this championship matchup. Bricked in facility behind home plate and around toward the dugouts. They're doing a major renovation on the school here. And that one is smashed. They got one. Go over to first. They got a double play. Thomas forced out at first, and a line shot off the bat of Bulch lines into a double play, and that was huge in a 2-0 contest.
Definitely was a big play for these Eagles as they are able to kind of get out of something. Now you've only got the one player on base here. Still down 2.
Yeah, so the tying run is still at the plate.
More of that amazing defense that we've been talking about today.
That's how you survive in advance. Top down toward the shortstop, two-hopper, up and the throw, and it's over in time to retire Andrews and the Bruins. So the Bruins threaten with a runner at second, but a lined-out double play, and then you turn around and Andrews grounds out to short. 6-3 if you're keeping score at home, and that retires the Bruins. They are down to their final 3 outs. But first, looking for some insurance is the University of Fort Lauderdale to have their opportunity when we return. The bottom of the 6th is up next on the Black College Sports Network.
Technology continues to bring changes to the world of education. It's time we also reimagine teacher professional development. Gone are the days of one-size-fits-all learning that can only be accessed at a specific time and place. The Stride PD Center is an on-demand library of mobile-friendly courses that allow educators to learn anytime and anywhere. Our dynamic courses provide bite-sized learning and help educators advance their knowledge while also gaining professional development hours. The best professional development plans are those that include a level of flexibility and choice for educators. Whether you're a teacher, school, or district, visit us today to take charge of your learning.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
Kaylee Pittman set to lead things off in the bottom of the 6th inning for the team that's out in front, out of the winner's bracket, and her first pitch is swung, and there's Thomas ranging over, and she makes a sparkling play showing the legs.
Center fielders, like you said, that center fielder is usually your most athletic players. And she was able to track that one down, made it look routine.
Pittman sharply hit ball, and Thomas with the presence of mind and had a beat on it straight away to help out her pitcher. Danielle Brooks working her second inning of relief. The starter, Maddie Hamilton. So, Annalisa Mercer now hitting. Mercer had a triple and scored a run back in the 4th. Lined out to the shortstop in her first time up back in the 3rd. Softly hit toward the pitcher, up with it, and a soft throw over to first for the second out.
Pitcher not trying to do it all by themselves, but, you know, let the fielding get in there. Let your teammates get engaged. Let them put the ball in play. Just don't give them anything to rock it out of the park with.
Hannah Hogan bunts one down toward third, up with it. Now the throw, stretching, and
she was safe.
She's in there. Throw just off the line. Lexi Hall showing the range coming in. Tried to barehand that one and get it over, just not in time. So that'll be an infield single for Hogan, bringing us to the top of the order. And Dragovic, leading hitter, 352 on the year, but has been held in check thus far. She lines that one. That is a foul ball.
And Charles, I will give that. It bounced again. It bounced foul prior to passing third base.
So Hogan goes back to first. Dragovic comes back to the plate. got on base by way of a fielder's choice back in the third, grounded out and lined out. The pitch gets out in front of that one, headed toward the batting cage. So 1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Rise ball taken high.
Charles, I'm going to take the liberty and do this one since we have not had a chance to do it all day today. Deuce is wild, folks.
That's right. I like it. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 runs across for the home team in this one. Taken low for ball 3.
I want to shout out Coach Nick Strong down there at Florida National. Was the first person I ever heard utilize that term.
That one popped. Yeah, I tell you what, I told you I did about 25 college softball games this year, and I can't tell you the hundreds of times I said Deuces Wild. Especially my favorite one is when Deuces are wild and the batter is number 2.
There you go. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, is this batter 22 that's up?
Yeah.
No, number two. Number two, yeah. 22 was on base.
That's it. That's it. That's the ultimate.
Send it.
Well, they're looking for this insurance right now. Here are these Eagles.
Dragovich gets on base. Second time for her. That moves Hogan down to second for Alexia Vega. Vega grounded out back in the first. Sacrifice bunt in the third. And a base on balls advanced to second but was left stranded back in the fifth. Paine College family, I know, wants to extend their heartfelt condolences to the family of Jason McKenzie, part of the Augusta University family as well, the Associate Director of Philanthropy at Augusta University and a colleague that loved Augusta sports. He was killed earlier this week in a plane accident. Actually, it was last Thursday, and was flying to Connecticut, I believe, and not far from the Daniel Field Airport where his plane was housed, and some kind of a mechanical issue came about. He had over 800 hours of flight time, and he went down in his own neighborhood. And was, yeah, they're ruling him a hero, obviously so, because he was able to help them avoid, serious damage as he landed the plane in the trees and into a neighbor's yard, but without hitting any of the structures that were nearby. So the family of Jason McKenzie, on behalf of Paine College and the Black College Sports Network, we send our heartfelt condolences to you and yours. You'll be sorely missed. The pitch taken outside for ball 4. So now the bases are loaded, no place else to put them. We talked about the importance of an insurance run possibly for the Eagles. One of the hitters, scheduled hitters, come up. Has a couple of hits in the last inning for the Bruins. But now the bases are loaded. And the hitter takes that one high for ball 1. That's Alexia Gary, starting pitcher, who's worked this one in entirety. You've got Hogan on at third, Dragovich at second, and Vega on at first. For the ladies out of Fort Lauderdale. Taken high. 2 balls and 1 strike. So after a tremendous start for Danielle Brooks, she's worked herself into a hole here.
Still got 2 outs, so she's got an opportunity to get out of this.
Puts that one over, and it's lined into right field, and it's going to go all the way to the wall.
Runs.
1 run scored. Here comes the second one around. Rounding third. Here's a third one headed toward the plate. No throw. And the runner advances to third with a triple and clearing the bases. And now they can begin to smell it. The smell of Kansas City barbecue.
Wow. And that's the pitcher helping her own cause.
Now we see why she has had so much success this season. You talked about helping her own cause earlier in the game. When the lights were brightest, she came through as they finally get the final out of the inning as Heaton was retired. On the 5-3 ground out, but not before. 3 runs scored thanks to Alexia Gary's triple. And we head to the top of the 7th inning. Last licks for the Carolina Bruins and last opportunity to keep their hopes alive for the season. And we'll talk about that coming up in just a moment. You're watching the South Regional Softball Tournament from Augusta, the NCCAA, on the Black College Sports Network.
I'm Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
I'm returning to Clinton Paris, and Tampa's my community. I grew up here, went to school here, and my wife and I make our home here. What makes Tampa special are its people. So when I represent someone injured in my community, it's personal. Call my office and speak to a real lawyer and not some referral service. I will fight the insurance companies to get the settlement that you deserve. At the law office of Clinton Paris, we take the pain out of being hurt.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties through its programs Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentjax. Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties through its programs Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentjax.
The Eagles bring in the opportunity to close things out in this contest, and Danielle Brooks, the relief pitcher, leads things off with her team trailing 5-0.
I don't know, Ms. Brooks, this is still our starter, isn't it?
No, the reliever. You're talking about on the other side, yes. The starter is still out there.
Oh, okay.
Gary. But Brooks, the relief pitcher, the first to bat here for Carolina.
Oh, Carolina. I'm sorry.
I told you that heat will get you.
It sure will.
Augusta heat hits a little different. Take it from somebody who's golfed in weather like this.
Okay.
You can see spots. And not golf balls. I'm not doing golf balls either. Grounded down toward second. Up. And the throw retires Brooks, and 1 out in the inning.
Two outs away.
So Lexi Hall is up. Grounded out 2-3 and lined out in her last plate appearance, 0 for 2. Hall, who batted .307 on the season. Tops that one foul. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch popped up, headed in foul ground. That'll be out of play. Takes a big hop, heads out toward Rory's car.
Luckily, I'm not on that side.
Wind's blowing briskly out toward left now. The pitch. That's a call, strike 3. So Gary took something off of that one, and it kind of broke back toward the plate. And Lexi Hall is retired. Sixth strikeout of the game for Gary in this one. And now they're down to their final out, and it's Courtney Cox. Singled back in the second inning and singled in the 5th. She's the lone Bruins hitter. It is 2 for 2. Takes that one for a call, strike 1. Gary's pitch. Cox has been active, the first baseman in this contest. She's had to stretch on a couple of occasions. Force outs. Done a great job defensively. Now trying to come through with the bat again, up the middle. Grounder picked up by Gary over to first, and that's the ball game. And Fort Lauderdale, the university, is headed into the Elite Eight and the NCCAA World Series starting Tuesday in Kansas City, Missouri, thanks to a 5-0 victory.
And listen, Charles, I was going to ask the question, is there any doubt that Gary is the player of this game?
Not one at all. And we talked about the big hitting that she got, run support to get this thing going. And she was grateful to have Cameron Rollerson come through with a solo shot. That was all the runs they needed. But in making it happen, we just enjoying the celebration and sportsmanship around Carolina University as we see it. These young ladies who have played over 2 days, 5 games, to get it all in, thanks to our friends at Riverview Park, helped to make the tournament a success as well, as they pinch hit it, made the opportunity with us missing a location to have all the games be able to be fitted. And now a word of prayer as all the players, coaches, and all the members of the staff are there as well. They will join hands, interacting one with another. And again, just showing Their praise for God who allowed them to see this day, and for one of them to have the opportunity to survive and advance into the final 8. Headed to Kansas City, Missouri. They'll fly out sometime this weekend and come back in. Special thanks goes out to our umpiring crew as well. Benny McMurray, Earl Moss, Leroy Pinckney as well. And for the team from Carolina University, the Bruins, their season comes to a close. 24 victories and only 20 defeats this season. Yeoman's work by Madison Hamilton and Danielle Brooks. Touched on the fact that this team from Carolina University is held in check in this game. Only a few hits yielded in the contest. Courtney Cox had 2 hits. Grace Johnson with a single hit. And as I scan my scoring columns, looks like just a few hits yielded throughout the course of the game.
So we're going to get the coach coming over, and of course our player of the game, Gary, pitcher. They're on their way over now to talk to us.
All right, look forward to talking with them as well. What a wonderful contest it was, and as they say, to the victors go the spoils, and that means an opportunity to come in. As joining us right now is Coach Billy Gessler. Coach Gessler, congratulations. I'm Charles McNeil. Happy to have you guys, and also the starting pitcher as well. Miss Gary, great job out there. Let's start with Coach first. You know, this was a grueling opportunity for you guys. You knew coming into this thing with the weather being what it was, you were going to have to play a bunch of games in a short period of time. Let's talk a little bit about the mindset of your team coming in and really take us through the success and how excited you are right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Super exciting. We're really proud of the girls and how they played. Really 1 through 9 in our order, all tournament. Was super impressive, so can't ask for more out of the girls. Our goal coming into the tournament was to stay in the winner's bracket. We knew it's a tough way if you make it to the loser's bracket, so our goal was to take all 3 games, and we were able to achieve that goal, so it was awesome.
All right, let's talk about your defense. Man, they were flying around out there and making plays, and that had to feel good for Alexia, too, because of how they performed defensively behind her.
Yeah, absolutely. So our defense, along with Gary, has really been our strength all year. So we've had numerous shutouts in the year, a lot of one-run games, especially with Gary on the mound. We're fielding how we can, so we know we're super tough to score off of. We always say we want to be the toughest team to score off of, so we talk about it all the time at practice.
Kansas City, Missouri, national opportunity, top 8 teams in the country are there. What are you looking forward to most?
Well, one, just going there. I've been there for baseball twice, so it's an awesome atmosphere. So I was kind of just telling the girls how much fun it's going to be once we make it there. So I was letting them kind of taste it a little bit. So I know they're super excited and they really wanted to go, and we're super proud of them that they're going to be able to.
And what about your school? I know you probably, when you get to your phone, it's going to be blown up. Just talk a little bit about the excitement around softball at Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, it's going to be super exciting for our school. We're only a second-year program, so we started the program last year, so we're only in our second season, and just in two seasons we've doubled our win total, and now we're going to the World Series as one of the top 8 teams. So they're going to be super excited, and now it's just kind of figuring out the logistics and getting us there safely.
Yeah, final question I have for you before you bring in the star of the game. Got to ask you about your dual role as the baseball coach and the softball coach, and your baseball team, from what I understand, has been ranked number 1 at some point during the course of the season. You had 2 losses, from what I understand, in the region tournament, but there's a chance in an at-large bid for the baseball team?
Yeah, so yes, I do baseball and softball. Both teams were playing in the region tournament, and unfortunately both tournaments were at the same exact time. So it was super unfortunate. So myself, and shout out to our trainer, Rachel Taylor, we've been driving back and forth. So we probably already made it there and back to Columbia International over 10 times in just the last 3 days, especially with all the rain and stuff like that. But yeah, super awesome. So baseball has already I'm not going to announce it yet. Baseball has a very good chance of going to Kansas City.
Okay.
So we're figuring out the travel for both, hopefully, and we'll see both teams there, in less than a week.
Well, congratulations, Coach. Couldn't be more proud of your team, and outstanding opportunity for us to see him on the Black College Sports Network. And let's bring in now the star of the game, as we'll allow her to have a seat here. We'll take this microphone away as well. And if you will pronounce your first name, because I've been saying it all game, I want to make sure I got it right.
Alexia.
I
You
did
can just
say
call
it
me
right.
Lexi.
No, okay, Lexi. So, first of all, let's talk about your mindset coming in. You knew that this team, Carolina, you had faced those guys early in the tournament, first game in the tournament, and it was a 6-4 game, of an exciting game. What was your mindset coming into the start?
Coming in, I knew they were going to be aggressive, and so were we. We both obviously wanted to win. So I knew we had to play our game, and they were going to play theirs, so whoever showed up and wanted it more was going to win at the end.
All right, and then once you got your offense going, or your defense going rather, starting things off, as I pull out my handy-dandy box score here, looking at what you were able to do at the start, you guys got off to a slow start, grounded out 3 times, and you were kind of just laying in there and making things happen. Just take us through the first strikeout for you, the 4th-place hitter after they got a runner aboard. That seemed to set the tone for your team the rest of the way.
Yeah, our team, once we start making contact with the ball, eventually we will start getting runs. So it's just a matter of us just staying aggressive. Our groundouts and flyouts, strikeouts doesn't really matter, just as long as we're staying aggressive in our at-bats.
Yeah, I had you for 6 strikeouts in the game, and obviously the key hit at the end of the game, the triple. How rewarding was that?
Extremely. Our team needed the extra cushion towards the end just so we could have more confidence and play with more confidence as well.
Yeah, as I look at your numbers on the season, that was your first triple. Well, let me double it up here. That was your second triple of the season. Yeah.
I'm not that fast.
Yeah, second triple of the season. And again, after you had pitched that long, how rewarding or how difficult was that to get around the base paths? Because you've been working really hard in the 90-degree heat.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like throughout the fall and the rest of the season, I've been preparing myself in and out of teamwork and just individually. I've been working out, making sure I'm staying conditioned because I knew what I had to do for the team, and so I feel like that helped a lot. And just balling out for my team.
Yeah, 170 innings of work this year. Do you have much left in your arm to carry you guys to a national championship?
Oh, absolutely. I could pitch 2 more games right now.
I know you could. Congratulations again on the success. As I look at the numbers now, 16-8 on the season. You've been the workhorse. 16 of your team's 25 victories on the year. And we want to wish you nothing but the best as you guys head down. And I guess the final question I have for you, what are you looking forward to most in traveling to Kansas City in a second-year program and just getting started with this opportunity to play in the Elite Eight?
Yeah, absolutely. My biggest thing with going there is just playing as a team, being able to have fun, make memories, and win. Absolutely.
There you go. Well, we wish you nothing but the best. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
That's Lexi Geary, who made it happen for her team, and that will be it for us as we put a wrap on this one. Again, the final score 5-0 in favor of the University of Fort Lauderdale, who in just their second year has survived and advanced into the opportunity of a lifetime to compete for a national championship. They'll be one of 8 teams headed there, Roy, and you can tell a lot of excitement on the part of the Eagles.
Listen, man, to be a second-year program and already on your way to the national title tournament is something that I know has to be special for those young ladies, and especially with a coach that's doing double duty. That's amazing. It's something, like I said, never heard of baseball and softball coaches being the same person. But listen, with Ms. Geary on the mound, they've got a shot.
Right.
She definitely showed the poise. She was out there doing her thing. Again, didn't try to do too much on her own. She, allowed her teammates to back her up. Let them just put the ball in play and let them do what needs to happen.
Well, thanks again to Paine College for all that they've done for us over these last couple of days and getting us set for this championship matchup. We were anticipating maybe another game that would have been had Carolina advanced, as they still in prayer out there in the outfield. And again, a school that we know will be back in this position again, and so will Paine College as well, as hopefully this first opportunity to host this national event will lead to many, many more, and the Black College Sports Network will be there to chronicle all of it.
And J. Charles, one last point. I think Papa Vega might be getting ready to get on his way out there to Kansas City for some of that barbecue.
Yes, indeed. Everybody's looking forward to it. Again, such a great thrill. And, the emotions are running high for both the parents as well as the athletes. as once again the NCCAA South Region Softball Tournament is in the books from Augusta, Georgia, where once again your final score, it was Fort Lauderdale, the Eagles, knocking off the Bruins of Carolina University by a final count of 5-0. Undefeated in this tournament, the Eagles soar into Kansas City. We'll check you out next time right here on the Black College Sports Network.